What's that sound? Are we in Athens?
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
Oh, it
everyone.
seems so.
Hello, hello.
My
Hi.
name is W, host, the High Art on the Edge page. Welcome to this very special event.
Hello. Thanks for having
Hello,
us.
hello. Thanks for having us, William. It's an honor
Oh,
for
my
us. Thank you.
goodness. So, um, before we begin this lovely hour-long interview with Sugar for the Pill, I want to read some facts to you about Athens. And we're going to tie this in somehow, some way to this band. Athens is the oldest capital of Europe. Athens was named after the Greek goddess Athena. Athens was once ruled by kings until the 9th century BC. Did you know that Athens is the birthplace of democracy?
That's right.
Athens, in Athens, there are over 150 stages, theater stages. And one more fact for you all.
Yeah.
Athens has two most prominent schools of philosophy and science. Oh, wait, one more. Athens is home to a great band, Sugar for the Pill. Let us welcome Stefanos and Ilias from this remarkable band. Welcome to High Art on the Edge. How are you two doing?
Hi,
Hello.
good evening.
Hi. Good evening. Thank
Nice.
you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad we're able to have this conversation. You have a lot going on in your camp right now with a brand new single called Colors, which we will listen to and have a discussion about not only the arrangement and composition of the song, but also the video. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. If you have a question during this conversation, feel free to put it in the comment box. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We will get to those questions peppered throughout this conversation as best as we can. And we invite you to enjoy this wonderful event with us. So thank you so much for taking your time. Stefanos, Ilias, I've got to ask you this question. How are you feeling about your new song, Colors? What's been the response?
We're feeling great. We released it about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think 2 weeks ago. And at the time being, the response, to be honest, is very good. We have some of our fans told us that this is maybe the best song that we have already released. So this is very good for us to hear about, and we're really excited about that. Really excited.
Ilias?
Was a very good time. Good time for the band. Things happening in a row. Very nice feedback after our first album, Wanderlust, and now a second album is coming, is on the way. We're working on this, and the first element of this new work of art is this song Colors and this video, which is also directed by our singer Vanna Rose, and we're very happy about the result.
Great. We're going to
Yeah.
talk more about the song and the video in a little bit. I want to start with your kind of early career as the beginning of your life as musicians. So, how did music play a role in your family? Stefanos, you want to handle that one? How did music play a role?
In our family, yeah, good question. I grown up in a family that was a typical labor class family, and my father have studied traditional Greek music, Byzantine music. If you have heard about that, it's music that comes from a lot of centuries back in the Greek tradition. And I used to listen a lot as a kid because he also played the guitar and piano. So I used to listen him playing some instruments in the house, and listening a lot of Greek traditional music. And this was mainly my childhood in terms of music listening in my home, in my house. But this was something that it affected me a lot because it gave me the opportunity to understand that music is a very is an extremely good way of expressing our emotions, our feelings, feeling bad, feeling happy. So yeah, and especially when my father died, because I was a little kid when he died. I was only 12 years old, 12 to 13 years old. This affected me a lot, and music, to be honest, is a way of living as far as I'm concerned. I cannot imagine myself without hearing music, now without writing music. So yeah, this is to cut a long story short, my story about music in terms of family.
I love how you phrase that. That's a really strong, powerful phrase. Elias, what about you? How did music play a role for you while growing up?
Well, it was more or less the same. It was very organic because as I was growing up as a kid, I realized that my connection to music started from the first my first memories as a baby, indeed, because my mother used to put me some cassettes
A
above
little
my
some wine, cheers.
cheers, Steph. Cheers over there in US.
Yeah,
Hi to everyone. So I remember that I listened. I had the chance to listen to music even before I realized what it is. It's like food for me. It's like water for me. It's everyday need because she had some cassettes and she would put me something like Leonard Cohen or ABBA or Greek music or Hatzidakis, or, more popular music, and I had some deja vus in the uh, later stages of my childhood about music. And then when teenage came and everything was blown up inside, I had some unexplained emotions, overwhelming emotions, and the music came to give me the way of expression, the vocabulary to these emotions. So I became more consciously addicted to it. So I
Yeah.
had the need of this music to
we
first
are
to
music
serve,
junkies. We are music
yes,
junkies. Yeah.
to satisfy these emotions and some negative or positive feeling we're having. There's always music for any kind of emotions, any kind of instincts we have. So it's amazing. It's an amazing gift for humanity, music.
No, it truly is. And so, Stefanos, my question is for you. When did you first learn how to write music?
It was when I first learned to write, or when I first learned to play instruments, because it's a little
Either
bit
one.
different.
Either one.
Yeah, I started playing instruments when I ended up with high school. But to be honest, uh, there was a lot of years that I haven't found any, any people that I will appreciate to do music together. So I used to write music alone. And to be honest, when I felt that I really can write some songs, I don't know if it's good or bad. It was about, I was about 25, 26 years old, something like this.
In terms of you, what is the process for your writing for music? Do you like creating, do you like using a journal and writing ideas from that? Do you like to go to certain places and get inspiration?
Uh, you asking me?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I like both methodologies. I like loneliness. I used to write music, especially during the nights. I have never written a song during the light. I have never
Wow.
used the daylight to write a song. I'm a night person, so usually I write songs after 12 o'clock in the night.
Yeah.
This is my, I have a home studio that I knock down the doors and I starting playing the bass guitar or the guitar or synths, and I starting composing music. But also I like to do that with my friends, with the band in the studio when we gather together in order to have our rehearsals. And also this is a good time for us, to start, uh, you know, evolving some ideas in truly songs. I prefer
Elias,
both.
yeah. Thank you for that. Elias, tell us your role in the band and what do you bring to the band? What strengths as an artist musician do you bring?
Well, I think Stephanos should answer this on my behalf.
Why?
No, I'm joking. Um, well, when I got invited to this band by Stephanos himself, because we made a few years ago, about 13 years ago, we had our own different bands on the time, and we met on some venues playing together. So we became really close friends, like brothers. Uh, and it came a point where it was a time that we play in the same band finally, because we share same tastes and same mentalities and everything. So when the other members, the other four members of the band, they used to be in another band called Skinner Box before Sugar for the Pill. So at the point when the the guitarist, the second guitarist, was not anymore in that band, Stephanos came to me and said, "I would very much like you to join us, and we make a new band, and we have plenty of material and ideas, so we can share all our influences and our creativity together." So that's how I became as a last member, part of Sugar for the Pill. So when I arrived, there was already a lot of material written. So shortly after a series of rehearsals and work, we got into the studio to record the first album, Wanderlust. So like 99% of the material was already done. So uh, I had to assimilate it my own way. I had to play it my own way and record it with the guys.
Yeah.
So I just here and there a few parts, a few ideas only. Uh, as we were evolving, I put more stuff into my playing. I shaped the songs more my style, and the new material was coming is gonna be more. I'm gonna be more involved. I'm already more involved into this.
So what is your style?
Mm.
What is your
Um,
style?
what is my style?
Yeah, how would you describe that to our audience here?
Hmm. Good question. I never thought about it.
And
I'm
maybe
hmm,
just developing and really growing from that and blossoming, right?
yes. I cannot describe it. I don't know, Steph. What's my style? Can you describe my style?
As a guitarist, you mean?
I think I think if
I
that's the
think.
right
See.
answer.
Oh, no, 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 no. I can answer that in my own way. Elias is a man that he's very fond of traditional post-punk way of guitar
Okay.
playing, and also he's really fond of this post-punk revival movement that I, we all love it. Especially came up from the New York during the zeros, in the beginning of the zeros. For example,
Mhm.
bands like Interpol, Yeah Yeah Yes, and stuff like this, Strokes. It was, I think, it is one of the greatest inspirations, and has affected a lot on Elias playing. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
Apart from the direct influence, is a lot of. I mean, I'm more of a idea bringer. I mean, I bring ideas less than. I don't bring a whole song. Okay, guys, this is what I wrote. Let's play this. I mean, I add stuff, and I like a lot of atmospheric sounds more and more, like towards shoegaze and ambient music, and together with these dark elements of my influences, as Stephanos described. And I believe I bring a lot of energy in my playing, because guys know that when I'm there, I'm myself. I mean, people told me that I'm more myself when I'm playing on stage than when I'm working, for example, or I'm outside.
I love
So
that.
yeah.
No, nicely stated. Stephanos, there's my question for you. So I mentioned in the introduction, Athens is the home of democracy.
Mhm.
So in the band Sugar for the Pill, how is democracy exercised? How is it how does it work in the band with all the band members?
Good question.
Good question. Yeah. To be honest, I believe that we are a very democratic band. I mean, we were not smashing pumpkins. There is no Billy Corgan in the band, for example. Okay, but we're taking decisions that we always discuss it. Never
Sometimes we
decide
vote even.
some. Yeah, we have voted also to make some decisions. That's a fun fact. Yeah, to be honest, in order to, because when when we were recording the Wanderlust album, we
Yeah.
have written about 25 songs at the time being there, and it was during the first COVID era in 2020, and we need to select 9-10 songs in order to be on the record. And okay, we have some common taste of of songs, but we have also different opinions. So we decided to vote the songs that will be included in the Wanderlust album. So this is a fun fact. We did that. Yeah, we
That's
voted.
great. In so we know that there are these schools of philosophy and science coming from Greece. What is the philosophy or philosophies for your band? So that's a question for either one of you.
Good question. Good question. Um, as far as I'm concerned, the philosophy of the band. First of all, my philosophy when I'm making music
Yeah.
with other people, it's that I really want, to be one body and one soul. I want my friends, because all the other bandmates is my friends, and I really love them. I want to have one common soul, one common body, make decisions together, and discuss everything that it maybe came up to a band, because a band, it's a team of people, and it's a project that always have some problems that need to be discussed. So
Yeah.
my main philosophy is that we are 5 people that we love each other, and we are making music in order to express ourselves individually and also as a team. Uh, and this is my main goal in doing music in a band. If I want to make music alone, I can do it alone. I don't have to be in a band.
When you were younger, like and you started having these visions and ideas of being in a band.
Mhm.
Could you imagine where you are now?
Uh,
I,
I don't
I
know where we
visualized
are now, to be honest.
I visualized it actually. Yes.
Yeah.
You did. Tell us about
Yeah.
that, Elliot.
Um, I'm just into the things I desired. I imagine, and I'm very grateful about this. So that's the thing that makes me still and always part of this band, because this is exactly what I asked for. I asked for an environment, for a for a for a cocoon of
Yeah.
5 people in this case, where we can create the conditions in our own rules and terms to let ourselves free to express, because every member, every person has a certain level of expression and art inside. So we have to create this environment which is safe and free in order to express. So this is what I'm into, and right now, and I'm very happy about that. So I wanted to be in a band where I can play guitar, I can express myself freely, I have good relations with the other members, I'm honest, I learn. It's a family, it's a school, it's a lesson. I can have concerts, I meet people, I'm inspired by people we're meeting at the concerts, around the concerts, organizers. So that's a great environment to create and act. I'm very happy about
Man,
that.
I bet people are watching this thinking like, how does that even happen? Because I mean, you don't always get that in the band. Maybe at the beginning where everyone's excited, but then things like a relationship, right? Things start to
Exactly.
settle in,
Yeah.
people's personalities start to show up. But it sounds like this band gives a lot of space so you can be who you are as an individual to
Exactly.
provide for the group.
Exactly. And that doesn't mean that it's easy, or you
Sure.
don't have to keep working on this and be conscious about this. It's like any relationship. We have to work for every relationship we're into. We have to get better and better. So that's exciting. That's development also. That's self-development also, and it's
So,
responsibility also.
so Stephanos, if Olympia is the birthplace of the Olympic Games, when was the birth of Sugar for the Pill?
When we created the band during the first era of COVID in March of 2020. It's about 3 years ago. It was a tough period for all of us. We were closed in our homes. We couldn't see our friends. We didn't go to our regular work. We used to work from our homes, and all this kind of pressure, psychological pressure. We felt that it was a perfect time, to create a band that will fit our expectations about creating some specific elements of music. Because as far as I'm concerned, I always wanted to be on a band, to create a band that will have an orientation about shoegaze and post-punk and dream pop, because I really love this music, and I'm sharing this kind of stuff from my 15 when I was 15 years old. I remember I started hearing creation bands and sound record bands and stuff like this. So, and 4AD bands and stuff like this. So I always wanted to do that, and COVID one, let me put it like this. It was a great era to start creating a band like this and play with people that I really love. This is this is the story of Sugar for the Pill. We s- and Vanna thought that Sugar for the Pill, okay, it's a song from Slow Dive that we really love. It's a band that we admire, of course. But because those in those days we were all members of the band were having tough period in their personal life with very important problems. Um, so we thought that sugar for our pills, it's a good way of say our band. And yeah, this was the story.
Elias, did you can get as detailed as you want with this question. How did COVID, the pandemic, affect you?
Um, it was difficult at the start because psychologically I was trying to realize what am I living, what am I experiencing. Uh, but it was also a very good challenge for me to collect my thoughts and my instincts and clean up a lot of things in my mind and put aside the fear, the doubt, and all the superficial instincts that came out with all this situation, and everybody got this too. So um, I think overall it was positive for me, as long as we were and all our families and friends were healthy. Um, that was overall a very positive experience. It's I know it's strange to say, but
No, I agree.
you have to decide. You have to decide whether you want to go on with go with the flow and the atmosphere and all this negativity, or as long as you can still breathe and go out and I don't know, see the light. You have to do something good with it. You have to struggle. It's a struggle. I mean, humanity was in a lot tougher situations than this one. So I think there must be a way to cope with it. And there's always a good thing to learn and there's always space to grow within a crisis situation. I don't know if it makes sense.
Absolutely. Beautiful stated. You two are very articulate and are very aware of your interior space, what's going on here, and the way that you convey that. It makes total sense to me. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so we have Sugar for the Pill, just birthed and hatched right during the pandemic time. Wanderlust comes out. Stefanos, since the release of that album, you received, from what I understand, great praise. The band received great praise for that work. I understand you had some very special concerts that also transpired. Can you tell us some of those concerts that you played? Any memorable ones?
Yeah. We have some great opportunities to share the stage with some artists that we really admire. A lot of years we played during last summer in the biggest Athenian festival, Greek festival, to be honest. In let me put like this, in rock and roll music, in which is called Release Athens Festival. And we played during the second day. That was headlining by Nick Cave. Also, there was Mogwai, Fontaine's DC, Sugar for the Pill, and Royal Arts. It was also a Greek band, and this was a very extremely good day for us to share the stage with these people. We also met Fontaine's DC. We managed to, to have a little conversation with them. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to to talk with Nick Cave and Mogwai. This was also something that I really wanted to do, but I didn't make it. And also another very special concert for us was during last December that we played. We opened for Ride. Ride is one of our greatest inspiration for the band. We really love them. And apart from playing with them, that it was a dream that came true for us during this night. The most important thing that we really, I really, I like to keep from this night was that we met them for about 30 minutes. We talked with them, and they are extremely polite and extremely good guys. And this was something that it was very, very interesting for us because Ride, it's a band that has its own history in British rock and roll history. They have made some gold records during the 90s in Britain. Andy Belly was the bassist of Oasis. So, what was very, very important and very good for me was when I met him, I told him that you are one of the reasons that I started playing bass guitar. And he really, he showed me in the eyes and he had some tears in their eyes. And I said to myself, okay, you are Andy Bell. But this kind of reaction confirms the quality of the personality of the artist. They're great human people. So apart from playing with them, I'm really keeping most from this night this kind of conversation with these people.
Very cool guys.
Yeah.
What an indelible experience. So, Elias, what's it like being on stage? Do you get that rush? Do you get that adrenaline, that blood moving? Do you love that part of being in a band?
I can definitely manage it right now, and I'm feeling great while on stage.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling like this every day in my lifetime. So it's an amazing feeling. It's at the same time quite. I feel humble because I feel grateful being there. On the other side, I'm feeling very free and open, and making part of a community, and I can share, our music. I enjoy it every time. For the past years, after quite many concerts I've done, I don't feel stress at all. I enjoy it like 100%.
Do you guys I've never seen you perform live, but do you improvise some of your songs? Do you when you during rehearsals before the live event, do you think about certain songs that you're going to maybe extend it by a minute, or you're going to have a different bridge, or whatever it may be? Do you kind of
Yeah,
take that
definitely.
risk?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do
we
that
do it
because playing a song live is quite different than listening on the record. So you have to recompose it somehow, and after a few concerts we've done playing Wanderlust, I noticed that some things can be heard differently, or I can pull back in some spaces, in some points of the song, some yeah. Anyway, I mean, in some moments of the song, I can pull back, or I can add on another riff, or I can. First is the voice, and you have to. The instruments have to serve the vocals the best background, in order to grow as a live experience. So yes, it's always happening, and personally, I always think about. I always rethink the songs for playing them live.
My name is W, aka William, host of the High Art on the Edge page here. We have Stefanos and Ilias from the band Sugar for the Pill. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box. We'd love to hear from you, and let us know where you're patching in from. So We go from Wanderlust, greatly received by the shoegaze, dream pop, indie world, I imagine. Really positive reviews. Now we have a song called Colors. And before we do a little live listening experience, is there anything about the song that you were trying to create beforehand, or did this just come out of thin air? Stefanos, you want to take that one?
You mean how we wrote colors? If, um, it was mainly an idea of Spiros, which is our second guitarist. He sent us his idea, and we tried to work together and put some specific in personal taste in the song, and that's how colors came out. Uh, we worked it a lot of days in order to have finalized it before going to the studio and produce it. We rehearsed it, and as I told you, we are total democratic band, so we are trying to, of course, someone brings an idea for a song or, in the band, but we always try to have our personal opinion in the song.
Yeah.
For example, it depends on the song. For example, maybe there is a song that we really love it in his first draft, and we try to keep it like this. But usually we worked it a lot before going to the studio.
All right. So before we talk more about the song and the video, why what I would like everyone to do at home or wherever you're listening, I put a link in right there in the comment box. And what you're going to do is when I say hit it, you're going to hit play on your device at home. And you're going to listen to the song Colors and feel free to chime in with your comments. How is the song affecting you? How do you connect with it? Anything you want to share with the band. And then while you're playing the song at home, Stefanos, Ilias, if you can do the same thing, you're going to hit play on your device. You want to mute your button so we don't hear it. Otherwise, we're going to get some bad feedback. And then right after the song, we'll talk about some more. And I want to talk about the video. And then we're going to wrap it up with some questions from the audience. And I believe some recommended albums that have inspired you along the way. So,
Sure.
everyone,
Sure.
I just put a link right there for their Bandcamp for the song Colors. So when I say hit it, which is what HI stands for, you're going to hit play on your device and enjoy the song. And feel free to post your comments along the way. All right. I will mute my button as well. Here we go. Enjoy this brand new, lovely. I love the tempo of this song, by the way, which we'll talk about. The new single called Colors by Sugar for the Pill. Hit it. Wow. That song is just like this cruising missile, and it doesn't let go. It just pulverizes and just keeps going and going and really just hits home. Love it. So,
Thank you, William.
of course. And I hope everyone enjoyed that experience at home or wherever you're tuning in on a bike, in a garage somewhere. I don't know, but it's such a powerful song. So with that tempo I was telling you about earlier, I love that tempo. I want to talk about the video. So give us a little insight into the video. Anything you want to share?
About the video, okay. The song. Let me start about the song. The song maybe describes the ups and downs that we have in our life. You know, the different colors of our personality and emotions. There's some eternal sunshine within us, eternal dark within us. The power that love exerts in our lives and how young it makes us feel. So this is the main idea of the song. No, about the video, it's we try to express this kind of main idea of the song by bringing together two young children appear in a futuristic pop art scene from the future, full of colors, and they explore spaces, they explore themselves, their relationship, their bodies. Sometimes they take strange positions in the space. They meet people without faces, and this is, we try to express the colors of our lives during this video. I don't know if we make it, but this was, the main idea. It's a song about mainly how at the end how people that we love makes us escape from our dark days and go again to the light. Mainly this.
And I everything you're saying, again, you articulate and you state these things so succinctly and clearly. I completely concur with what you're saying. And I would also add, if you don't mind, that the people we love bring that light to us and bring us into the light, but they also bring us into their darkness, which allows us to see more of who we are as people.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Exactly.
Yep. For
Definitely.
sure. Yep.
Very well put.
Vaughn is here. Vaughn sends some hearts along the way. Demetrius says, just great. Make Me Happy Records sends a bunch of hearts, colorful hearts. Lovely.
Hi, guys.
Elias, what do you
Guys.
want to say about the song or the video? Anything you want to share?
Yeah, it defines, it expresses completely what we're all go through sometimes. The contrast in our emotional situation, and the good thing with the song that I realized after the video came out, and I was very happy about that, is that regardless of what someone would expect from a shoegaze band or a like mellow style band, it brings out a feel good sensation. The video also put it up very clear, so that's why the video, the song has a fast good feedback to people, because let's not hide it, people are in need of positive reactions, and hope, and I think the song brings it out, so that it's completely okay if you go out and party and fall in love and fall to the floor and cry and be desperate and everything is useless. in your life and you feel bad, but there's always hope, and there's always light, and there's always colors, and there's always something that will take you out of this and bring you to the light, you know. So that's what the message comes to me.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. That feeling of despair, the hopelessness, it's always there. It's present.
Yeah.
We just don't that sense of hope. We just don't see it because we're so immersed and entrenched in the darkness. And then someone comes along, or a song, a book, a poem, a movie, just kind of opens the skies up again. And I think you're tapping into some great stuff here. And I want to read these lyrics a little bit. Loneliness won't come. I know we can go on. Love is just a dream, a form of chemicals. It was a way we had to do our best to please. Change with every passing lad to suit his theories. Now the city is ours. Here in some way, we are young forever. So a little bit of, if you wouldn't mind, Stefanos, who actually shot the video? Whose concept was this?
The concept was written by Vanna, our singer. He also co-directed the video with Vasilis, and also Yorgos Psaras also was the man behind the cameras. And we managed to have some good friends in order to help us with the casting. Sisi Fragiadaki also. A lot of people, I don't remember all of them now, to be honest. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of names. But yeah, the main idea was created by Vanna.
And Vanna, if you're tuning in, if you want to share anything in the comment box regarding the song, the video, anything, go ahead, put it in there. We'd love to see it. If not, no worries at all. How long from start to finish did that song take? Not the video, but how long from start to finish did it take in the creation of it?
You mean on the studio or in general?
Yeah.
On the studio,
a few weeks.
It was 2 days of recording, not fully days. It was about 8 hours of recording, and then was some days in mixing and mastering. Yeah.
Prior to recording, there's been a few weeks of from bringing up the idea and sharing and adding up everybody some things and voting for the final shape of the song.
There's democracy right there for you.
Yeah.
Tell us who mastered the song.
Oh, I don't remember the surname of Iraklis. It is a Greek master producer.
Vlachakis?
Sorry?
Vlachakis is the graphic designer.
Yeah, Kostas is our graphic designer. I don't remember the surname of Iraklis right now, to be honest. Yeah, he mastered the song here in Greece.
Yeah.
Iraklis Vlachakis. Yes, you're right. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay.
you know more than us. Yes.
We have two Vlachakis in our.
That's why I mixed it up. I mixed it up because Kostas Vlachakis is our great graphic designer who did the cover of the Wanderlust album.
And I want to say something about that because Kostas and his team did a great job in the Wanderlust.
The graphic designers, yes.
The graphic designers, and not only Spiros Karakatsanis also it was the man behind the central idea of the artwork of the typical organization office, which is our graphic designers, and they managed to win the first prize for art covering in the biggest Greek, competition. Last, I think it was this week, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So this was huge. It was a huge honor for us. Yeah.
No, I remember you posting that, and what a tremendous honor. Anything else you want to share about that song before we transition into recommended albums?
I don't know. I don't know. I just wish that people like it, people love it. It not. It doesn't matter if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 100, 1,000 people. This is why we are making music, in order, to express our feelings and get in touch with the people that like our music. This is our. But to be honest, as far as I'm concerned, that I have seen some, data via Spotify these days. At the time being, it's our most popular song on the Spotify from our birth.
I think what's the
Great.
greatest feeling about this song, and I'm very
Especially
happy
in
that,
USA, there are a lot of people that
oh
are
yes,
listening
yes,
from USA, mainly from USA. That I would like to say,
yes.
if yeah.
Go ahead,
I'm
Elliot.
very happy. I'm very glad that it came out right now at that period, because when you write the song
Yeah.
and you imagine the style and the aesthetics of the video and everything, you don't know, or you don't think, we don't think, at least, at the feedback or how it's gonna affect people, and you're completely unaware of this, and you're just very proud of your own artwork. But then when it comes out and you see very, very, very fast that they like it because they put it in the morning radio programs, broadcasts, and they're happy to hear it. It brings out a good feeling. It's very and they share it, and that's a very nice feeling, because you're not aware before of that, so it comes as a surprise, and that's the greatest thing about making music and share it to people.
I can't imagine. I mean, what a tremendous feeling. Speaking of feeling, how do you feel when I hold this up?
It's a great feeling,
It's a great feeling.
Nostalgia, like
nostalgia.
pure
And
pure ages. Yes.
yeah. So everyone, this is the part of the conversation that where the artist gets to share any recommended music they're listening to, recommended music that they enjoyed while growing up, anything they want to share. Fair game. We learned that Ride is a major influence for the band Sugar for the Pill, along with other bands, Slow Dive, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So, Stefanos, we're going to start with you. Do you have any CDs, cassettes, vinyl that you'd like to share?
I have thousands of that, but I can share some of them, 2 or 3, that really affected my life.
Yeah.
The first one is going to be, this is what I'm wearing, because
Okay.
Joy Division is probably my favorite band on the planet. So this is, I don't know if it's something that it's very clear here. This is a non-pleasure, so it's a very special edition. It's one of my favorite albums of all time, and I really love them. I'm listening to them from the last. I don't know if this sounds good, but the last almost 30 years, I listen to Joy Division. So they are a great inspiration for me, especially Peter Hook and Ian Curtis. Also, this one, I suppose you recognize it.
I
This
do.
is, yeah, one of my best albums, my favorite album, Slow Dive Souvlaki, which is also a Greek title. It's a traditional, fast food, Greek fast food. Also, it's one of my favorite albums of all time, and I suppose also you can understand what is that.
I do.
This record, Turn on the Bright Lights, is a life-changing record as far as I'm concerned. When I was a child, I used to listen a lot to it was two basic eras that changed my way of listening to music. The first one was during the beginning of the 90s, when I was 12, 13 years old, and my dad died at this time, and I started listening a lot of to grunge music, especially Nirvana was, and it is also my second favorite band of all time after Joy Division.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Nirvana, and then came up during, if I remember correctly, 21 years ago. There was the release of "Turn on the Bright Lights" of Interpol, and when I started listening the record, we used to have a record shop then with some friends, and one friend of mine came to the record shop, Dimitris, and said to me, "Oh my God, you need to listen that." And he put the record on, on a pickup, and when I started listening to Untitled, I said, "Oh my God, this is for me. This is written for me.
Yeah.
This is written for me." So yeah, also it was a great album, and I really love this album. I really love the first three albums of Interpol. It's one of my favorite band. I love a lot of bands, but I have some, personal favorites. Interpol, Joy Division, Nirvana, Chameleons is my favorite band. Also,
Oh,
The
you're speaking
Cure,
my language.
The Cure, Ride. Yeah, this is
So,
favorite
Stefano,
bands. Yeah.
I got a question for you. You ready? I'm
Mhm.
going to put you on the spot here a little bit. Let's go back to that Joy Division album.
Mhm.
What is your favorite track?
Oh, to be honest, I have never thought about that, because I'm a little strange when I love an album.
Yeah.
I personally, it is very difficult for me to pick a specific song. I usually don't do that.
Yeah.
I really like to hear the album from song one to song X, which is the outro song, and I cannot tell you. I really love this album. I cannot tell that I have a personal, favorite song. I love the album. I love
Yeah.
the album.
And would
Really.
you say that's true about the Turn on the Bright Lights in Slovakia?
Yeah. It's also yeah. I can say that. Yeah. I'm
Me,
listening to all songs, and I cannot tell that this is my favorite. No, I don't. I don't usually do that with albums that I really very fond of. I don't do that.
however,
Mhm.
when you listen to that Interpol album and NYC comes on, I mean
Okay, yeah. And I
that's
say
just
it's a great song, but there
yeah,
are another 10, 11 songs on this album that are really great. So I don't
absolutely.
know.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other albums you want to share, or should we move over to Ilias?
Uh, I have a lot of to share, but I don't know if we have the time to do
All
that.
right. So, Ilias, what about you?
Well, I'm not. While I'm at my office, I don't have my own discs over here, but I could. I just write down, like, for example, this one was,
Oh yeah.
for me, was it got me. It caught me on teenage, and like uh, of what music should be, like beyond the music and itself and notes, like honesty, straightforwardness, and free expression, and don't care about how you look or how you sound or whatever, and everything, and all these things we discussed before, and that got me into the Seattle scene all the time, and then, I mean, besides some other very interesting stuff like this album that you might know, it's my favorite guitarist, John
Oh,
Frusciante from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I didn't realize that. No, thank you
Yeah,
for sharing.
that's like his second or third solo album
Okay.
during the 90s, and that's a fantastic album. What else? That's a really okay. Going back, we talked about before. That's one of my favorite albums of all time.
Oh.
We
that,
can
that, that
name
is that is life changing.
exactly. Yeah, and
I was
influenced me a lot
trying.
in
I
my
was trying
playing.
one night to calculate how many times I have listened to my during my life script of the bridge, and I think it's thousands. To be honest,
Yeah,
it's
Um,
thousands
and
for sure. Yeah.
that's an album which actually a compilation, I think, that it took me company while I was really searching for what matters in this life, what's important and what's not. So I always remember that
Heather,
long ago.
pardon me, Elias. Heather, if you're tuning in, did you just see what he posted? We have a friend in the DKFM community that loves this monocoil. So if she chimes in later, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Those are great album
All
picks.
star band. All star band. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, what a phenomenal lineup. Okay, before we end this conversation, I'm just going to throw some fun questions at you both, and then we'll wrap this up. Stefanos, tell me an artist that is no longer living that you would have loved to have seen in concert.
To have seen in concert.
Yes, but they're no longer alive.
Only one.
It could be a band, it could be one artist. Yeah, someone that comes to your mind, like Elvis, Buddy Holly, Nina Simone, whomever.
Only one. A lot of them. A lot of
Definitely Elvis, of course, just because you mentioned it. Elvis.
I would say Kurt Cobain, Nirvana. Yeah.
What about you, Elias?
I would say Laney Staley from Alice in Chains, besides Kurt Cobain, of course. He was a unique person and voice.
Yeah. No, great. Okay, another question. Name a song you would love to have written.
Ooh.
Name a song you would love to have written.
Thousands of songs. Yeah.
I know.
One song. One. Only one.
Well, I mean, any song that pops in your mind. It doesn't have to be the one, but any song.
I would say a total different thing if I'm allowed.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out only one.
That's because that was my last album I wanted to show.
I would say
the artist. It's a pianist actually. It's Philip Glass. Yes. And this album accompanied me throughout my life, and I still listen to it. And there's a song called Mad Rush, which is a very simple song on the piano, and it's very inspiring for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I would say Dead Souls by Joy Division.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay, last question.
I would like to have written all the songs of Joy Division.
You and many other people. Last question. Here we go. Sugar for the Pill goes on a world global tour. Name one place out of many that you would love to play in. One city, Los Angeles, London, San Francisco.
New York for me.
New York.
Yeah.
I would love to play in Seattle.
Yeah, that's a great call. Nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell us What's coming down the line for Sugar for the Pill? What can the fans expect?
We are composing our second album now. We are during this process, and hopefully we will be ready to step up on the studio. Hopefully at the end of October or something like this, and hopefully we will manage to release it on 2024. I think in the beginning of autumn, something like this.
Awesome. Elias, do you want to share anything from that?
Well, we are in the process, in the most creative process of being in a band, writing new songs, and having all this boost coming from the first album. There's a constant energy through us and around us, and I can't wait to keep playing live this summer and in the autumn, and finally getting into the studio for the second album. I'm sure it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, can't wait. And we can continue enjoying this beautiful song, Colors, and obviously Wanderlust. So thank you two. This has been a very wonderful, scintillating conversation. I'm going to end it with this. Oh, thank you, Vanna, for posting that. It's a very well-written post here. I'll let people read it on their own, but thank you for chiming in with that. I've never been to Athens, Greece. I've learned a lot about it, and the architecture, the democracy we've talked about, and the architecture in the sense of this band seems to have a well-oiled machine, a well-planned approach to how you go about your business as individuals, as a group. Kind of like the architecture, I would say, it would seem to me that you guys have a great, unique style that really brings a lot of character and colors to your music. So I just wanted to throw that out there and say thank you for all that you've done.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome to Athens anytime.
Yeah,
and we hope we'll come to LA to meet one day, very soon.
Well, you guys come to San Francisco. I can definitely meet you in San Francisco.
San Francisco, done. That's a deal.
So thank you for tuning in, everyone. Again, my name is W, host of the High Art on the Edge page. This has been a wonderful conversation with Sugar for the Pill. Tomorrow, we have another event, and that event is going to include a conversation with Dream Pop shoegaze artists from the bands Lost Taurus, Sunslinger, Avalon, and much more, DJ Yogi, as they have a big event in Leeds on Saturday. So I'll be speaking with them about the big shoegaze festival, mini shoegaze festival. But in the meantime, keep listening to great music, keep looking at great art. It's always a good thing. Always take care, everyone. Take care, Sugar for the Pill. We love your music.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you.
And cheers for the Greek flag behind. Cheers for that. Hi.
Cheers,
thank you very much. Thank you very much.